Cambodia when kids are seeing water come out of the ground for the first time in their lives. Also in Cambodia. This is in Indonesia, where women who were watching their kids suffer from malnutrition. These are salt workers, which is one of the toughest jobs, and it mostly is done by young girls and women. And I was with them, and with a health organization, because the salt takes a terrible toll on their little bodies.
Annie Griffiths has thousands of photographs she has taken all around the world. One of the first female photographers at the famous National Geographic magazine. In the span of 45 years, she has traveled to over 150 countries and all 7 continents.
I've always felt that being a woman was an advantage in my job. Both initially getting into photojournalism and then recognizing that I had half the world pretty much to myself. I spent about 5 years doing projects in the Middle East, and many parts of the Middle East and many aspects of their culture are gender separate. I think that is judged often by the Western world, but there again is an opportunity to actually look at it from the women's point of view.
The women caught by Griffiths' camera survived natural disasters and migrations, discrimination, war, epidemics, and famine. But she says, despite it all, they keep the traditions alive, raise children, grieve, and just live.
So the stories I focus on are where women have found solutions. It's usually because they come together as a group, and as a group they figure out how to do something better. They're the ones planting millions of trees. They're the ones who are, staying till the last minute after the men leave and then shepherding their children and sometimes their parents.
She believes women don't like being victims and remain hopeful in the grimmest of circumstances. And that was the reason why Griffiths decided to found the charity project Ripple Effect Images that funds programs for women in developing countries. The idea came to her 9 years ago when Griffiths saw the data from the United States Agency for International Development on humanitarian aid.
2 cents out of every American aid dollar went to programs for women. So 98% went to men's programs. So I literally called my girlfriends, who are some of the best photographers in the world, and said, look, why don't we learn from the women we observe in the wider world? They reported raising over $10 million just in those first 6 years. So it works, when you humanize a situation. So you don't talk about the women of Morocco. You show a woman from Morocco, and you see the light in her eyes.
But work is not all Griffiths focuses on. She is the mother of 2 children, and from the very start she promised herself to never part with them for more than 2 weeks. Most of her work trips with National Geographic lasted at least 3 months. So, like their mother, Griffiths' children saw dozens of countries and met thousands of people.
I've been traveling with my mom since I was just in her belly, so we've picked up a few stories over the years. We've been to some really remarkable places. Few real highlights over the years. I think that the Middle East is always going to be really special to me.
In 2008, Griffiths published a book of photo memoirs called A Camera to Kids and a Camel that focused on how to reach harmony between work, family, and the whole wide world. Maxim Moskalkov for VOA News, Reston, Virginia.